Behaving Wealthy presents the High Worth Shift podcast. Behaving Wealthy. Be, have wealth. Who do you have to be to have wealth? The only difference between rich and broke is worthiness. Your behaviors and your habits are a reflection of your feelings of worth. I'm Robin A. Young, and I'm here to give you enough simple rich behaviors to increase your worth, your wealth, and your freedom. In fact, my promise to you is that every rich behavior I share could yield you 3 times richer results, creating your high worth shift. Welcome back to the High Worth Shift podcast. It's Robin A. Young, certified financial planner and CEO of Behaving Wealthy. And I'm so excited that you've chosen to spend your valuable time with me. Today, we are discussing the question, how do you want to spend your one life? Do you see what I did there? The word spend has a double meaning. The first interpretation is a literal one. I use the word spend to inquire whether you're spending your money in alignment with what matters most to you. The second interpretation I use figuratively as a play on the word spend to ask, how do you want to spend your other resources, your time and your talent on the one life that you have? I'm on a mission to help high income earners and future high income earners turn their hard earned income into more worth, more wealth, and more freedom. In other words, I want your money working harder for you. What you have now, whatever that is likely not working hard enough for you. Income earners have the most money drains and the least to show for their hard work. It doesn't have to be that way. The culprit for money drains is budgeting. Yes, you heard me correctly. Budgeting causes you to waste your income. Budgeting does not maximize your income. Let's talk about why budgeting never works long term. It is a short-term band-aid, but not a successful and sustainable strategy. When I think of budgeting, I think of restraint, lack, and pressure. It makes me think I can't have what I want. I'll have to deny myself. And when you work as hard as I do, and I'm sure you do as well, a budget just seems cruel. Or a budget can feel like walking a tightrope. In fact, I believe that that's one reason that people procrastinate with their finances, even when facing their money truth would greatly benefit them. Who wants to sign up for walking a tightrope other than circus performers who actually get paid to do it? No one. That's why I created a system that not only works, but is also flexible enough to work for busy professionals. And my system is based on what I learned from interviewing 500 of my high net worth clients. People who are financially secure value freedom. And they value flexibility, and they value a system that gives them the power of autonomy. And most importantly, they value a process that is effective at achieving and affording all goals, short and long term. I organized what high worth individuals do differently into money habits that high income earners can use to transform their money chaos into money control. There's a significant difference between the behaving wealthy approach and traditional budgeting. The distinction is allocation versus itemization. Let me explain. Traditional budgeting works like this. Most people start with their net income after deductions and taxes have been paid and focus on dividing it up first to fix predictable expenses, and then the remaining money is left for discretionary spending. But you know what you have? Not enough for all that you really, really want to do. This approach is limited and based in lack, L-A-C-K, lack. We all want more. So lack is never a sustainable strategy. Budgeting only works when your back is in a corner or you're forced to do it. That's why people avoid budgets. The biggest problem with budgets is that they feel like punishment and people rebel against rigidity. On the other hand, the behaving wealthy method works differently because it starts with what you want. It's the opposite of punishment, as it allocates your income according to your desires and not just your bills. My system works because it's based on allocation and not itemization. Stop budgeting and start spending your money like millionaires. To spend your money and life like millionaires, you must know what you currently spend. This step cannot be skipped. Eat your vegetables, they're good for you, just like knowing your current expenses. You need to know how you're spending your money now, not to shame you, but to understand your truth. Your current expenses are just facts. In truth, your current expenses represent your current freedom. Think about it. Your current lifestyle is your current freedom. I recognize that you may not have all that you want right now, but your lifestyle costs fall into my freedom framework, in which I use the word freedom as an acronym to clarify the most essential parts of your life. The F stands for fitness, which covers your food, gym, insurance, and healthcare expenses. The second letter in the acronym FREEDOM is R, and it represents relationships, which covers your children's expenditures plus any financial help you consistently offer to your parents, your siblings, and other relatives. The first E equals expertise, which includes any career spending, including college and or professional degree costs. The second E exemplifies experiences like housing, transportation, entertainment, pampering, shopping, and travel. The D in the acronym FREEDOM describes divinity commitments like tithing, offerings, therapy, and meditation expenditures. The O outlines others, which includes gifts to people, charities, and other civic organizations. And finally, the M in the FREEDOM acronym means millionaire, which includes your savings, retirement contributions, and investing fees. My clients would classify my fee in this category as well. So everything you can currently afford, your home, your car, your children, your streaming services, your clothes, your trips, your dining out, your pampering, your civic commitments, and the rest of your current spending represents your current freedom. The good news is you're already winning. Hashtag you're winning. As you can see, look how much freedom you've already achieved. And I know that you likely want even more freedom. To have more, we must calculate what more is for you. It starts with where you are now. Today's rich behavior is to list your current monthly expenses. I want you to download your expenses for the last 3 months and see how you're currently spending your money and effectively spending your life. You are not doing this to create a budget. You are doing this money baby step to understand your first financial goal, which is to maintain your current freedom. You must know exactly how much your current freedom costs. This week's money baby step will determine the cost of your current lifestyle. Are you ready? If you have any hesitation in executing this rich behavior, then perhaps you're procrastinating to avoid feeling shame. I want to remind you that you can never achieve freedom of any kind without mastering your spending. People who are financially free do not rob Peter to pay Paul, ever. Please accept my free mindset coaching. You know that what you resist persists. Why create more stress? Life is hard enough. Your focus matters. Are you focused on opinions or facts? People who have feelings of worthiness focus on facts, and people who have feelings of unworthiness focus on their or others' opinions. Following opinions creates even more money drains, while facing your facts allows you to afford and achieve your goals quickly. Why worry about something that you can shift or transform? You have that power. Focus on the transformation, not the starting point. Make a high worth choice to get on your journey to true freedom by executing today's rich behavior. It's time to understand your current spending so that you can align your spending with your assets, your income, your time, and your talent. This rich behavior is one of a series of steps that will lead you to a more free and secure place. Review your expenses so that you can move forward to the next step in creating financial security. Think of where you want to be in the next 12 months. This step is necessary to get there. And plus, you deserve it. Now that you know today's rich behavior, it's time to make your move. Tell us when you complete today's rich behavior and what richer results you experience because you took today's baby step. Text 888-85-WORTH, 888-85-96784. We want to know how you are increasing your worth, your wealth, and your freedom. I know you're worth it, and I want you to know you're worth it. Most importantly, I want you to behave like you're worth it. If you loved what you learned today, please be sure to hit the follow button so you never miss a future episode, and leave a review to help me reach even more listeners just like you looking to maximize and turn their hard-earned income into more. The High Worth Shift podcast is created and copywritten in partnership with Robin A. Young and Behaving Wealthy. Be sure to rate, review, and follow the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. Especially, be sure to rate, review, and follow the podcast if you really liked it. My promise to you is in every episode to give you one rich behavior that can yield you 3 times richer results. That gives you a 300% return on your time spent with me. Remember, richer results are on the other side of today's rich behavior. You are worth more. It's time to make your move.